Good morning, 6th standard. So today we're going to do the text 12D, okay, on page 128. So please open your textbooks to this extract. Now, this extract is from a book called Dracula by Bram Stoker, in which the visitor to Count Dracula's castle in Romania. Romania is a country in Europe, okay, and comes to believe that his host is living a secret life. Now, here in this book, uh, it deals with vampires, okay. Now, Dracula itself is believed to be a vampire. It's all, of course, all fiction, and the vampires corpse that's come for its grave, and it sucks. They say that it sucks human blood. This book, it's, of course, it belongs to the horror type of books, and these books, they've been read by a lot of people and enjoyed by a lot of people, though they're scary, and they've been made into films also. And here it's believed that Dracula uh, from Romania, that's Transylvania in Europe, he comes to England. Okay. Now, here in this extract, we read about the guest who has come to Dracula's castle. Now, his name is Jonathan Harker, and he finds a lot of very strange things going on. And invariably in the story, what happens is Dracula leaves Jonathan Harker and the castle and he goes away. And actually, there are three other women in the castle that are vampires. And Jonathan Harker, uh, all alone in this castle, he has bad experiences which he puts in the form of, diary entries or articles, and the whole book is like that, with diary entries and journals or articles. Okay, and invariably, what happens is, most unfortunately, uh, Jonathan Harker is a prisoner in this castle, and invariably, after his bad experience with the three women there, who are also vampires, he manages to escape from the castle and go to a hospital in Budapest. Okay, so now we'll read the text together. Okay, 8 May. I only slept a few hours when I went to bed, and feeling that I could not sleep any more, got up. I had hung my shaving glass, that is, mirror, by the window and was just going to shave. Suddenly, I felt a hand on my shoulder and heard the Count's voice saying to me, "Good morning." I started. That means he jumped, he's shocked. Okay? You have a small jerk. For it amazed me that I had not seen him, since the reflection of the glass covered the whole room behind me. So he's surprised because he hadn't seen Dracula coming behind him, the Count. Okay? Good morning. I started, for it amazed me that I had not seen him, since the reflection of the glass covered the whole room behind me. In starting, I had cut myself slightly, but did not notice it at the moment. Having answered the Count's salutation, that is his greeting, right? I turned to the glass again to see how I had been mistaken. This time there could be no error, there could be no mistake at all, because he's sure that he hadn't seen the reflection, and that could not be possible because the mirror covered the whole room. For the man was close to me and I could see him over my shoulder. But there was no reflection of him in the mirror. The whole room behind me was displayed. It could be seen. But there was no sign of a man in it, except myself. So that itself is something creepy, isn't it? There's no reflection of the count. This was starting This was startling, that is, shocking, and coming on top of so many strange things was beginning to increase that vague feeling of uneasiness, vague feeling of discomfort, right? Which I always have when the count is near. But at the instant I saw the cut was bled a little, and the blood was trickling over my chin. I laid down the razor, turning as I did so half round to look for some sticking plaster, that is, for a band aid to put on his cut. When the Count saw my face, his eyes blazed as if they were on fire with a sort of demoniac fury, and he suddenly made a grab at my throat. Like a demon, he seemed to get angry. Okay, now go on to the next page, all of you. Page 159. Take care, he said. Take care how you cut yourself. It is more dangerous than you think in this country. So, obviously, there itself you hear a warning because blood is coming. Then, seizing the shaving glass, that is the mirror, he grabbed it. He went on, and this is the wretched thing that has done the mischief. It is a foul bauble of man's vanity. So he takes hold of the mirror, the Count, and says, "Oh, this uh, stupid, or this unnecessary piece of just an ornament, unnecessary ornament, unpleasant ornament, which is not necessary." And he says, he just throws it away. Okay, away with it. And opening the window with one wrench of his terrible hand, he flung out the glass, which was shattered in thousands of pieces on the stones of the courtyard far below. So he throws out the mirror and it breaks. Then he withdrew without a word. It is very annoying, for I do not see how I am to shave, because he doesn't have a mirror now, unless in my watch case or the bottom of the shaving pot, which is fortunately metal. So he thinks of something that's made of metal in which he'll be able to see his reflection. When I went into the dining room, breakfast was prepared, but I could not find the Count anywhere, so I breakfasted alone. It is strange that as yet I have not seen the Count eat or drink. He must be a very peculiar man, a very strange man. After breakfast, I did a little exploring in the castle. I went out on the stairs and found a room looking towards the south. So he starts exploring the castle after breakfast, which he had all alone. The view was magnificent, and from where I stood, there was every opportunity of seeing it, every chance of seeing the beautiful scenery from there. The castle is on the very edge of a terrible precipice of a steep rock. The castle is in a very on the very edge of the rock, and it is a steep rock. A stone falling from the window would fall 1,000 feet without touching anything because it's so deep. As far as the eye can reach is a sea of green treetops, with occasionally a deep rift where there is a chasm. A chasm is where there is a deep opening. So after that only there is space. Otherwise you can only see the treetops. Here and there are silver threads where the rivers wind in deep gorges through the forests. But I am not in heart to describe beauty. That means he's not enjoying the beauty here. He's terrified, okay, because this place isn't very pleasant. For when I had seen the view, I explored further. Doors, doors, doors everywhere, and all locked and bolted, in no place save from the windows in the castle walls. Is there an available exit? So there's no place to go out. There are only doors, and all of them are locked. The castle is a veritable prison, and I am a prisoner. Veritable means true. It is a prison, and he realizes that he is a prisoner here. Okay, and next we'll do the question answers here.